Hi, this is Justin, and I wanted to go over what my strategy or game plan is for December 14th. If you remember in some of the back videos, we are running the option wheel strategy, meaning the selling puts until we're assigned the shares, and then selling calls until the stock is called out of our account, making premium along the way. So let's take a look at the first one. Bank of America, I sold a $29 put last week. Got the stock drop below $29, got the 100 shares, and now I have to make a decision on what I'm going to do for next week. So next week, since it didn't drop down that far, we can sell a sell a call at $29 strike price. Should be right around the $30 mark. Now depends on what happens when market opens on Monday. Obviously, these are numbers that are kind of in a vacuum, and we'll have to see. It should be right around there. As you can see, it meets the goal of the 1% return, the $30 on the $29 price. So there we go on that one. And then we go back out here to General Motors, and I did want to take a second to talk about the reason why I have 400 shares. So I made a mistake. The 400 shares of General Motors is because I sold 2 covered calls. Wasn't paying attention. I was trying to use the web-based system on Tastyworks, and realized that when I hit the button covered call, I was trying to make sure that it was going to sell a call based and use the 100 shares I already had, and use those as collateral. And it actually, what happened was it purchased 100 shares and sold a call all in one swoop, and then and of course, like a bozo that I am, I did it twice. But because I am a huge fan of this strategy, the fact that premium that you collect on these stocks running the wheel strategy lowers the dollar cost average of the stock, I wasn't necessarily too worried. I mean, if we're collecting premium on 400 shares, we'll get a little bit better return anyways. So on Friday, my $42.50 put that I sold expired in the money. It means that I got awarded that 100 shares. So my contract was, hey, I'm selling you the rights to put 100 shares into my account if it drops below 42.50, and that's what happened. So as we look at what we got going on for next week, it looks like our 400 shares, for some reason it's reading over here, and I'll show you how to figure out the dollar cost average on this at the end of the video. But our 400 shares at the $44 strike price would put a $92 premium in our account. Again, that's not very much. It doesn't quite meet the 1% that we're looking for, but I don't like to lose money on it, and I'm fine with collecting the 90 because there is other weeks where we'll collect a lot more than 1% actually. And in the event that General Motors goes up, we could buy back the call and sell another call one more week out at the current strike price later on say like Thursday or Friday if necessary. Otherwise, it'll go up. Ideally, it'll stay below 44. I'll collect the premium. And if you take a look over here in this lower left-hand corner, the POP, it's basically telling you what the percentage of profitability is, and that number only represents the premium. So that just means that there's an 88% chance this stock, according to Tastyworks and the mathematical algorithms they use, there's an 88% chance that this stock will not go above $44 by next Friday. And that's kind of how they price in the value of options and stuff. 88% chance that I'll collect $90 and move on. Now, does that mean that it's going to tank, drop like a rock? No. But if it does, we still have ways to make money as it goes all the way down. And on top of that, if you look at the math on this, 92 times, let's say 4 weeks in a month, that's $368 in 1 month that I'm making off of one position. Yes, it's 400 stocks. I get that. Also, in the event that the stock finishes a little bit higher next week, I can either take the same $44 call strike price and make a higher premium. As you can see, when the stock is closer to the money, you get a better price right here. Okay, so I don't like losing money, and there's no reason to lose money. I'm not trying to dump the stock and get rid of it. I am a little overweighted on that stock, but as I go, I'm constantly adding money into the account. Every time I get paid, I have kind of um, a plan to put $600 per paycheck into this account to grow it until I can replace my job income. Anyway, so let's go back out here. Now on Friday, a position that my brother-in-law kind of showed me meets all the parameters. The Wells Fargo stock. We sold a put, a $29 put at 62, and this kind of makes up for not getting the the minimum 1%. Is that's a little bit better than 2%. So obviously it has to finish above 29 by Friday to just collect the premium and move on. I will not be selling any more puts next week. I feel like my account's got enough stocks in it. I want to have the buying power to make decisions throughout the week that won't put me in a place where I have to dump stock just to get out of a bad situation. So that's it. I do kind of have on the board an idea of a stock that I might sell a put on space in the event to make just a little bit more money on it. It's a stock that's paid a huge premium, and I'll show you on the next screen how you look at how much premium you've made per stock. Again, I've only been doing this for about 6 weeks. 3 of those 6 weeks was on 3 of the 6 weeks was in the Robinhood account. The full 6 weeks in here was not at the account value I'm at now. I was playing with only $2,000. So there you have it. I'm going to sell a call at Bank of America at the $29 strike price, sell 4 calls at General Motors on the $44 strike price, and we'll wait to see what happens with Wells Fargo. Now let's take a look at the screen where you get to see how much money you've made on each stock. So as Apple, if you remember correctly, last week I sold a put on Apple, but I've been rolling the wheel on Apple for the last 3 weeks. So out of the last 3 weeks, you can see I've made $492 on Apple. Space is the same. The last 3 weeks I've been doing this. Space has been my huge thing. I think I did sell a covered call, so that means I bought 100 shares and sold a call intentionally that time. And then when I did that, I sold a put. The stock went up, so I got the money from the put and the call, and then the difference from the price that I paid for the stock. It was a good return plus last week's returns. General Motors here, you can see that this kind of outlines the loss in value on those 400 shares. So that shows you it's like a little over $2 a share that is lost in value. Could take a while to regain that, but as it sits right now, the real loss, like if I just dump the stocks tomorrow, my real loss is only $595 because of the premiums I've made off of General Motors. So if you see this $595, you can do some quick math and realize that by next week, I don't actually have to sell the $44 call price. I can sell a $43 call price. And the way you determine how much you can make off that is you take the $43 strike price and then you minus the current market price, and that right now comes out to $1.08. And you times that by 4 because you have 4 contracts. That's $432 in the value of stock that will be returned from here to here. And then you take that premium of 180, so plus 180. So I can actually sell this and still walk away with the green number because that comes out to $312, and that means that selling a call on General Motors at the $43 strike price is actually my minimum before I start losing money. I can go up a little bit, and you can kind of do the math on that. An extra $50, so an extra $200 plus $128. But we'll see what happens when the market opens. If the market continues to go down, I might be forced to do this one because this one might not fill. It's just too far out of the money. But the plan is 44. And if I have to, we'll do 43. But anyway, so let me go down a little bit further. Now, these are the ones that I've done the wheel strategy on. Kind of successfully. And Bank of America's there too, but the premium hasn't really made up. We got a loss in value of the stock, 43, and the potential loss of 7 if I just sold it outright to get out of the position. Twitter, I did something called a back ratio. It's something where you sell 2 puts fairly far out of the money, and then you buy one that's between the put and the actual stock, meaning like if the stock goes down towards your put, the closer it goes towards your put, the more money you make, and then after your put, you kind of lose a little bit. It's a specific style to, it's an earnings play. Tesla was the first trade I ever did when I first opened this account. I did an Iron Condor in Tesla. I think the Iron Condor paid 140 something, and I sold it out at about half profit. IWM, that's the one that I sold a put on, and then told the system to take a 50% profit, and within 4 hours it took a 50% profit. Again, these are higher risks. I don't know. The Iron Condor, in the event that it would have went outside, I would have lost, I think it was like $400, $300 or $400, because that was the defined risk. Netflix was an Iron Condor as well. Right after earnings, it dropped a huge amount. The following day, I sold an Iron Condor that expired by the end of the week, made $37. Bank of America, that's the $36 that I made from last week. Coca-Cola, General Motors, Ford, and GoPro. It was kind of as I was getting started and not realizing, the difference between buying power, option buying power, and stock buying power. I sold a put on Coca-Cola, General Motors, Ford, and GoPro. And then I got a message from Tastyworks that said, hey, basically, you're using too much of your account, and if those expire in the money, you'll be forced to take the loss versus take the stock. So that's why you don't want to use all your buying power when you're doing the strategy. You want to have enough in the event that, for example, next week, in the event that Wells Fargo gets assigned, I have the buying power, which is $9,300, to hold $2,900 worth of stock. And this buying power is actually going to go up once I sell some calls and Friday comes around. You get the price difference goes right into your buying power of the following week. If you have any questions on what I've said, please comment down below. Hit the like button so that other people like yourself can find out this information. There's nothing clickbaity about this. As a matter of fact, I know this is a little boring. There's a lot of other videos that are really catchy, but I was trying to steer clear of that because I want you guys to see real trades. When you do your research on this, there's a lot of people talking a lot about hypothetical situations. As you can compare this information, hopefully, that you're learning, because I'm learning too. Again, I'm new at this. The reason why I'm video logging this is so that I can go back and go, wow, that was either really smart or really dumb, and learn from there, because none of these positions we have to lose on. As a matter of fact, this General Motors one, I'm not losing on it. I'm just learning, right? So if you got some money to learn with and you want to make some decent money at the 1% goal, if you look at it that way, that's a pretty decent return. If everything happens in a vacuum, if everything happens your way perfectly, actually this Bank of America one's kind of a perfect situation in the sense it finished so close to the money that I can actually sell a covered call that's going to pay a good premium. I don't have to do what I have to do with General Motors, which is sell the call pretty far out of the money. Now, if it finished a lot closer, like right there, man, I wouldn't be. Let's say my dollar cost average was 42, and it finished right there, and boom, I got the stock. It would be collecting a $328 premium plus the difference between what it finished at and what it's, whatever. But there you go. If you have any questions, again, comment down below. I try to answer all the questions. If the question I feel is something that I need to get out there, I'll put the video of the question out there. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.